Good evening to you all, and welcome to the Clarets Match Delayed coverage of yesterday's thrilling game between Burnley and Everton. Burnley needed 3 points because if they got 3 points yesterday, they could really see themselves away from the relegation zone for a little while longer, knowing that next week they've got to go to Old Trafford and basically enjoy themselves and not worry about anything else. So let's have a look at the two starting lineups before we get straight to the action. Let's see how Burnley lined up. They lined up at a 4-4-1-1. So basically 5 in midfield with Arfield, with Tom Heaton in goal, back 4, the usual 4 really. I don't need to remind you, Loughton, Keane, me and Ward were the back 4. Gudmundsson, Marnie, Henrik and Keightley were the midfielders, with Arfield playing in behind the lone striker yesterday, which was Sam Vokes. Now Ronald Koeman went 4-3-3 yesterday, with Martin Stecklenburg, the former Fulham and Ajax goalkeeper, in goals. Back 4 was Seamus Coleman, Phil Jagielka, Ashley Williams, who's really settled in very well since his transfer from Swansea, and Brian Oliveira. Three in the middle of the field with Ghana Gay, Gareth Barry and Ross Barkley returned after Ronald Koeman had said he's not a young prodigy anymore, he's now a fully established player in the first team. And a front 3 to be feared: Yannick Bolasie, the record signing from Crystal Palace, Romelu Lukaku and Kevin Morales. The substitutes were John Flanagan, Patrick Bamford, Paul Robinson, James Tarkowski, Tendra Adewika, Kevin Long and Hayden O'Neill. For Burnley, for Everton, Joe Robles, Gerard Delafeo, Aaron Lennon, Tom Cleverley, Eder Valencia, Ramiro Flores Mori and young Mason Holgate. And that was the gist of the game. So let's go back to just before 3 o'clock, where referee Mike Jones was going to blow the whistle and start Burnley versus Everton, a really crucial game. If Everton won, they would go into 4th place, but it really didn't pan out that way. At half time you'll hear 1 or 2 classic Guinness adverts with Rutger Hauer whilst we get the second half for you of commentary. So we're going to make it like a proper radio programme. So let's settle back and enjoy commentary of the first half of Burnley versus Everton from yesterday, as Mike Jones prepares to get the game underway. So there's the referee, Michael Jones, preparing to get the game underway then at Turf Moor. And off we go. Burnley in claret and blue, they're going to attack the David Fishwick end to our right. A tremendous atmosphere here at the Turf. Well, what could promise to be a terrific encounter between two sides that are doing okay in their respective places at the moment. And Burnley coming into this game just a point clear of the relegation zone. But remember, Everton, of course, have had a really good start, their best start to a season for quite some time. There's over 21,000 inside Turf Moor this afternoon, and this could be a real blood and thunder encounter. The pitch looks in absolute immaculate conditions. Everton in a fluorescent yellow strip again, as Lukaku goes on a canter forward. He went down, but the ball, a little mix up there between me and Keane in the area, and it was Morales from almost around the penalty spot area, got a right foot shot in, and Tom Heaton had to beat it out. In fact, it's been smuggled away for a throw, level with the edge of the Burnley penalty area to Everton. But Ben Mee and Michael Keane getting themselves in a bit of a defensive tangle. It's not over yet for Burnley, because from that throw we've had a corner yielded, and Kevin Morales, who had that chance about 25 seconds ago, is going to take a corner. And he allows Williams and Jagielka to come up from the back. Jagielka just by the edge of the 6-yard box at the near post. Morales, the Spaniard, to take the corner. Real ebb and flow start to the game, this. The cricket field stand practically full as well. It's been worked back to Morales, the short corner. And the shot coming in from Gai, but it was well blocked. Gai will try again. Has to turn away from Arfield. Back in the 11 today. Remember, there's no Stephen Defoe and no George Boyd. They both got injured at Southampton last week. That 3-1 defeat last week. And they obviously miss out. And Andre Gray, of course, finishes his fourth match with suspension, of course. Everton obviously recalling Ross Barkley. Ronald Koeman saying in the week that no one should be calling him a young up-and-coming talent anymore. He's now an established member of the Everton first team. And he's got to point, the Everton manager. As Burnley look to put an attack together themselves with Dean Marney. Marney has it just 10 yards inside his own half. Then he has to go back over the halfway line to Michael Keane. Keane plays it out towards the left-hand side where Ward tries to keep it alive, and Morales does well and prevents the corner kick and does better than that, keeps the ball in play, but Burnley take possession of it again, and here come Everton once more. A lot of bonus really will be on Tom Heaton to perform miracles like he did to very much a certain extent against Southampton the other week. There's Michael Kitely. He's also in from the start today. And it's purely down to simply because of the injuries sustained to George Boyd and Stephen Defoe. But Stephen Defoe, I think, is only going to miss this game. There's a chance here now for Ballatti. He's got Lukaku is there as well. And it's in fact a corner kick off Michael Keane. Cross was coming in from the right-hand side. There's Yannick Ballatti trying to create something. A record signing from Crystal Palace. They paid through the nose to get him. They were looking to get a couple more players in Everton, but the transfer deadline they beat them. Commentated on them the other week against Crystal Palace. They were very good first half, but not so good in the second. But Ballatti looked good in that clash, that Friday night clash at Goodison Park. The corner from Everton came to nothing really from Morales, and barely able to hook that away through Jeff Henrick, who's had a decent start to life at Turf Moor, signing for a club record £11 million from Derby County. The Clarets, as everyone and his dog will all know, were courting him all season long, and in the end, right in the last knockings, as Morales tries a shot, it will bounce here. Chance here for Gray to get his shot in, and in the end, well, rather Ballatti I should say, and he tries the overhead kick from just inside the penalty area, just to the right of the penalty spot, and fires it well wide of Tom Heaton's far post, and it'll be a goal kick. Everton attacking the Jimmy McElroy stand, and there's been some sad news coming out in the last day or so that Jimmy McElroy is not very well. Legend in Burnley, of course, was a member of the 1960 Championship winning squad under Harry Potts. Jimmy Adamson, of course, was the skipper in those days. Half the team, I'm afraid, are not here to see this crop, who are really giving it a good go, as Gudmundsson deep inside Everton territory tries to play it down the right, but again good interception, and there's a Burnley player gone down. It was Stephen Ward that's gone down there. A free kick I think has been given to Burnley. Barry and Guy just having a word or two. I think it was Ashley Williams involved there, the former Swansea City and Wales man. Well, I say former Swansea, but certainly current Wales international. And Sam Vokes, Burnley's man up front, as the physio just seeing to Stephen Ward. It looks like the ankle. There's the fourth official. It's Anthony Taylor today, the man who came out, who refereed that very dull 0-0 at Anfield between Liverpool and Manchester United. I think he was the only one who came out of that clash with any great credit, and all the talk that was about him, and he had a terrific performance. I didn't really have much to do that night at Anfield, as we just see a replay of Williams going in on Stephen Ward there. One of the biggest crowds at Turf Moor, I would say something in the region of well over 20,000. There's not an empty seat in the house, and if there is, it's very, very rare you see an empty seat Standing room only at Turf Moor. Ward's okay and he's ready to take this free kick. In towards the penalty area it goes. Williams winning the header virtually unchallenged. And then a missed kick there by Romelu Lukaku on the edge of his own area. Gives Ben Mee a chance to try and cross it in by the byline. Ball played in. Again Vokes attacks it. Williams gets there first, his Wales colleague. And then there's a little bit of pinball tackling going on as the shot comes in from Scotty Arfield and it yields the first Burnley corner of the contest in the 8th minute of the game. Burnley 0, Everton 0. Everton coming closest through Kevin Morales inside the opening minute and a half. Burnley now starting to come into the game a little bit more. As we see it again, just gets his shot in Arfield. Hasn't scored since in the Premier League since January 2015 when he side beat QPR. As that ball comes in, it was a 6-yard box and then a shot over the top from Michael Kightly in for his first start of the season. Goes over the top and into play and it's gone behind for the goal kick. Flicked on and then Kightly just couldn't finish the job off. Hasn't had much in the way of game time recently. Michael Kightly. There's Ronald Koeman, who's been as an away manager before in his Southampton days, but lost that game 1-0 and it was a game remembered for a Tom Heaton penalty save from Tadic and then Ashley Barnes scoring a winner after a mistake by Nathaniel Klein. And it was a good side as well at that time. Southampton still is now even though that Koeman's gone. They're going to play Manchester City not too far from Burnley tomorrow at the Etihad Stadium, just 15-20 miles down the M66 as Barkley takes possession. Barkley sends it into the penalty area. Michael Keane perfectly placed. Barkley has it again. Really is opportunity for him to really shine here today. Tries to play it infield to Morales, but Arfield winning that one really well. He's had a good start to the game, Scott Arfield. He's been involved in some of the brighter moments at Burnley. I have one ball up towards Sam Vokes, but it's easily collected by Martin Stekelenburg, the Dutch goalkeeper, inside his own penalty area. Burnley, of course, just to remind you, going from right to left. Here's Williams. 70-yard bunt up the field of his own penalty area. Deep into Burnley territory, and that's a throw about 20 yards inside the Burnley half. And on the far side, Stephen Ward's going to take it. We're in the 10th minute. What's been, so far, a rip-roaring contest. Two committed sides. And nothing really to separate them at this precise moment. A Burnley win would move them a few points clear of the relegation zone. Haven't won away yet this season, but they've conceded three away games. They conceded 3 against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, conceded 3 against Leicester, and then last week, of course, at Southampton, conceded 3. They've got to go to Old Trafford next, and that's going to be a tough old game, even against a Manchester United side who can't buy a Premier League win at Toffee, although they did have a good win in the Europa League the other day against Fenerbahce, 4-1. And they look to be back to their imperial best, but European form doesn't really count for much, certainly when it comes to the Barclays Premier League. Here's Seamus Coleman down the far side for Everton. Everton's right hand side as I look, and it's out for a throw. Michael Keane getting there first. And it's taken quickly as Guy plays the ball in, and it's knocked away once more, and he'll come for Vokes. Now a chance for Ward to go in there, and that looked a foul, and that will be a free kick to Burnley. There's Mike Jones, who once disallowed a Giovanni super free kick off here when he was playing for Hull against Burnley back in 2009. Burnley actually went on to win that game with a brace from the great Graham Alexander, and he is a great in my eyes. To continue playing for as long as he did at the age of over 40, to make over 1,000 league appearances, outfield is something special as Arfield tries to win a header just inside the D. He does so, but there's no real direction on that, and it's easy gathered by Stekelenburg, who's under no great pressure. Of course, Mike Jones famously was at the centre of the beach ball scandal that same season, in fact, earlier on that season, when Sunderland scored a goal which hit the beach ball, beat Pepe Reina, who was the Liverpool goalkeeper then. The goal was allowed to stand, and Sunderland went on to win by 0-0. On ball forward up towards Barkley, edge of the penalty area. Barkley crosses in from the left-hand side. It's got away by Ben Mee. Me and Keane had an early little scare early on, and they got into a bit of a mix-up. Barry has fouled Scotty Arfield. Free kick to Burnley. There's a good sizable crowd inside Turf Moor. As I said, 20 maybe 21,000. It's a remarkable ground. It's a proper traditional football ground, and however you want to term it, it's a really good ground. As Tom Heaton takes a free kick, right-footed towards the far side, deep inside Everton territory. Good Bunsen Robert to knock it on, but it's knocked away again. 13 minutes gone. At Burnley 0, Everton 0. In the sunshine at Turf Moor. Well, now that the season's fully up and running, we're hurtling towards autumn and winter time. Halloween not far off now, as Sean Dyche complains about a decision here. See what happened. Was Seamus Coleman involved? Well, it looks a soft foul there on Seamus Coleman, I have to say, but the free kick came to nothing. And here's Jagielka finding Williams. Williams halfway inside his own half, has to play in there to Barkley. Barkley has to knock it back to Martin Stecklenburg. And that plays the ball out. I think Everton will not have it easy here by any stretch of the imagination this afternoon. I think this will be a game that's been played at a high tempo and a high pace. This is Lukaku. Lukaku with a shot, and the goalkeeper having to dive to his right, and what a good challenge that was by Stephen Ward. Romelu Lukaku got into a great position. I think there was an offside flag. I think it might have been against, I'm just going to see who it might have been. Balassi, it was Kevin Morales, it was offside, but Stephen Ward wasn't to know. Good save initially by Heaton, and then it came out towards Morales, but Stephen Ward, the former Wolves man, with a very good sliding challenge. And a free kick has been given to Burnley. And that sliding challenge didn't matter in obviously the grand scheme of things. Henrik to win the next header, and Vokes was there too, and so was Marnie. And a chance here now for Balassi. Balassi now has got Lukaku to his right, or to his left rather, and he's got Morales also to his left as well. So a chance here now for another opportunity. Now Garner and Gay plays it in. Some good football being played here. Now Barkley. Barkley gets it onto the right foot, and a lovely save again. Timing away to his right by Tom Heaton. That's 3 super saves he's made, and we haven't been playing 16 minutes. And again, good approach work there by Everton, and a good shot just on the edge of the area as he struck it. It was a really good save. Well parried. This is Morales for Everton as Burnley cries around this famous old football ground. Now Williams for Everton, still 0-0. But a super game going strong at the moment. As Coleman now tries to break down the far side, but again can't link up with Lukaku. The attack broke down, and that's out of play. So 0-0. Sean Dyche barking out instructions from the far side. You're listening to delayed commentary of this Premier League clash, Burnley versus Everton, from Turf Moor. Everton in the fluorescent shirts have possession. It's been a frenetic first half. Everton having obviously the better chances in this first half. Here's Gudmundsson though to Arfield, who's been a shining light in what Burnley have done, the good things Burnley have done. He plays a cross in there, but it's nodded away, and a chance for Coleman to hook it down the far side, and a chance here for Gai to keep it in, and then Balassi and Lukaku got in each other's way in the end, and it's with Lawton now to Dean Marney. Marney now takes possession. He's had a good start to the season, Dean Marney. He's missed consistency. Has Lawton kept that in? He has. Lawton from the far side. Second bit coming. Vokes was there too. And Seamus Coleman having a deal with that one. Well, that could have been catastrophic there for Everton. And Arfield in very hard. And that'll be a yellow card. It was a foul on Coleman. It was a very hard challenge. And Scott Arfield will be the first name that goes into Mike Jones's notepad, and it's a free kick to Everton halfway inside their own half, and confirmation that Arfield has picked up the first booking of the game. And what have we learned in the first 18 minutes? Well, we've learned that Tom Heaton's on top form once again. 3 world-class saves to deny Lukaku, Morales and Barkley respectively 3 shining lights. Burnley have had 1 or 2 openings, but no penetration as yet, as Gudmundsson now rings a throw off Oviedo. Level with the penalty area of Everton. Remember, Burnley attacking the cricket field stand. It's called the David Fish weekend for sponsorship reasons these days. In the olden days it used to be called the cricket field stand because Burnley Cricket Club is situated behind the stand, and has been for so many years now. Here's Arfield now to Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson plays a good cross in there towards Vokes. It looked as if he was being held, but the referee wasn't interested. And now at the other end we've got Morales breaking forward down the left hand side, cuts in field, over the halfway line it goes, and it'll come here for Lukaku. No, it won't. It will come for Balassi, I should say. Now Gueye in towards Lukaku. Lukaku can't control it properly, and now it's been given away. Then the ball back to Heaton. Asked a little bit there. The back pass wasn't the best there, but Heaton did very well and reacted very quickly to sort of boot it away. Coming up towards the 20th minute of the first half, and still no score. And well, it's always a tough old game, really, when you think about it. Marvellous occasion for these games, really is. So, still 0-0. Here's Gueye now to Barry. Just inside Burnley territory. Now Oviedo has it. Infield to Barkley. Barkley turned it on to Kevin Morales, who's had a good first half, first 20 minutes or so that we've played. And here is Balassi. Balassi can't control it. Now Seamus Coleman might get in there now. Coleman up against Kitely. Been very competitive, I have to say, in the midfield areas at the moment. And it's back with Coleman once again on the right hand side, and they're linking up again, him and Yannick Balassi. And that's a poor ball really from Seamus Coleman's high standards. And out of play for a Burnley goal kick. And at the end of this delayed commentary we'll hear from Sean Dyche and Scott and 1 or 2 other protagonists, whoever turns out to be. If there is any from Burnley's point of view this afternoon, we'll tell you what happened in those. Of course, we'll play a selection of the old Brookhour and Guinness adverts at half time, whilst we're taking a 5-minute break for the second half, just to keep you entertained, I suppose, as in between halves. Here's a chance now. Here's Lukaku inside the penalty area. Good tackle again. Really was a good tackle. And the ball out over on the halfway line for a throw. Coming up towards the halfway mark here this afternoon. 22 minutes gone. Halfway through the first half. Burnley 0, Everton 0, but a good first half. Been very, very Been a very, very good first half. I've really enjoyed it. And a first half really which has gone as much as we would have expected. Everton doing most of the attacking, but Burnley holding very firm, just like they did against Liverpool in a certain extent, but they had scored early on in the game. Here's Arfield now, first only man in the yellow, on the yellow card at the moment, as Vokes turns and shoots about 25 yards out, just to the left of centre, and it's an easy one for Stecklenburg to take control of. It was virtually down his throat, and he was able to gather it in no problems whatsoever. On ball forward, Lukaku trying to flick it on towards Balassi, but again well read by that sturdy Burnley defence, who have conceded one goal at turf ball against Swansea, one goal against Hull. That was the equaliser, of course, from Robert Snodgrass, and of course the controversial moment at against in the Arsenal game where Koscielny pulled off his own version of the hand of God goal, which allowed Arsenal to take 3 points they should not have had, in the way it was in that sort of way. An atmosphere, it's still a great atmosphere. Turf ball is a fantastic place to play football, and Sean Dyche has made it a real feel-good factor, I think, inside this ground. Here's Lukaku now with a shot, just gets deflected, and it's gone away once again, and it will be a corner for Everton. Everton, who haven't won a major honour since 1995, when Joel Royle's team won the FA Cup. He's a former Evertonian, of course, and many years studying Joe Royle. He will have enjoyed battles against Burnley back in the 70s, when Burnley were in the top division in those days as well. Corner from Barkley from the near side. Now he had as far as... in fact, it was Barkley. Morales took the corner, I should say. And now one ball played in towards Jagielka. Jagielka flicking it on. Still not away yet. Morales turns. Has to turn. And does magnificently. Now Balassi. Balassi ready to defenders here. Can he get the cross in? The former Palace man. He can. Williams is in there. Morales is in there too. Good block again. And he'll break for Arfield. And Arfield was tagged there, surely by Guy. And he surely must go in the book. He clearly took Arfield there. And Barkley absolutely fuming with the decision, but it was the correct decision. Mike Jones had no choice. Garner Gay absolutely took Scott Arfield back there as he was breaking forward. And he gave Mike Jones absolutely no choice but to book him. Sean Dyche having one or two words to say on the touchline, and I have to say I do share his sentiment. Burnley have not had the rub of the green this season so far in terms of refereeing decisions. They should have had a penalty against Swansea. There was the controversy of Milner keeping that in when it was blatantly 5 yards out against Liverpool. Not that it mattered too much. Then there was that handball goal, the hand of Koscielny. And then a clear penalty last week against Southampton, which should have been given by Mike Dean but wasn't, and that was at 0-0. Granted, Southampton won the game comfortably, but you just imagine what would have happened if Burnley had got that penalty. Meanwhile, there's been a free kick, and it's a free kick to Everton. And it's 0-0. Stecklenburg took the free kick. And up to 27 minutes of the contest gone. And here's Hendrick now back for Ward. Ward hits it long and headed forward. I have to say, a first half I've really enjoyed. No goals, but it's been a good watch. And here come Everton once again. 27 minutes gone in the first half. And here There's a chance here for Stephen Ward to keep the ball in play. And here's Barkley. Barkley again. Opportunity here to turn. The England man. And it went down off the ball there, but the referee initially played advantage, but he's right to pull it back, the referee. Getting the burn from a lot of Burnley fans. Michael Kirtley was the offender. I'd like to see the replay again of what actually happened. Let's see what happened. Well, I think Barkley's looking for that a little bit. I don't think he's been booked. So remember, 1 yellow card each to one of the two teams. Garner again got the yellow card for Everton, and of course Scott Arfield got the yellow card for Burnley. So a yellow card for each team, 1 each. Free kick to Everton, and it's floated in from the right hand side, and Williams was there, but there was a bit of pushing and shoving going on. In fact, Wesley Williams has been penalised, and it will be a free kick to Burnley. Good spot there from referee Mike Jones. 28 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Everton 0, and as the replay quite clearly demonstrates, Ashley Williams was all over the back of the Burnley defence. Sign given against the Clarets. Free kick for Everton. When turf ball is like this, it's a real cocktail of noise. And it's been like that all season long. The Watford game, which we covered live on the YouTube channel, was a tremendous example. Monday night, but still a good atmosphere whipped up. Even though the crowd was something like 17,500 that night, it felt more like 37,000 when Burnley scored those 2 goals, which saw them get their second victory of the season against Watford. Burnley 0, Everton 0. They've also drawn against Hull as well. 7 points is not a bad start, considering where they were last time they were in the Premier League. It took them a good 10 games. I think it took them until early November to register a win. That was against Hull City, of course. And Ashley Barnes winning goal got them on the way, and then they won at Stoke the next week, of course. Prior to that, they just couldn't buy a win in 10. They had a few draws in amongst all that, so they had 4 or 5 points, but there were more defeats than anything else, which was always the problem, I think, and that maybe the team 2 years ago were playing catch up right from that very moment. They had a good little run, as I say, towards Christmas. Won at Stoke. Came very close to beating Aston Villa as well, and they beat Southampton. Were controversially beaten at QPR. And those 2 magnificent games at Manchester City and Newcastle, the 2-2 and the 3-3. And of course they beat QPR. I think where they went wrong after the New Year, when they lost crucial games to Palace and to Swansea and to Leicester, those teams around them, and they just couldn't get out. They did beat Manchester City later on in the season, of course, and had a good, and were beaten in their last 3 games after relegation was sort of rubber stamped. Possession has just come up on the screen. 29% Burnley have had. Everton 71%. Half an hour gone, and a quarter of an hour to the half-time break. No change in the scores as yet. Everton have had the better of the chances, but I found Tom Heaton in terrific form, the Burnley skipper. It's a bad ball, really. That's out. It was Dean Marney. Sorry, not Dean Marney, it was Michael Kirtley. Looks like a number 8 from high up, but it's two ones bunched up together, which makes it very difficult. We've seen a view of Townley Park. A lovely visitor's site not far away from Turfport. Certainly worth a visit. There's been talk of the council doing 1 or 2 bad things with that. Hopefully they won't close it, because it is a big tourist attraction. Townley Park gets a lot of visitors, and it needs places like Townley Park to keep the visitors rolling into the town, as well as the football team doing well, of course. So 0-0. But a good first half. I've been very impressed how the game has really gone from Everton's viewpoint, but from the Clarets, we know we're not going to have as much as the possession as we like, as Lawton plays a good crossing there towards the back post. It'll come for Cartley on the far side. Cartley has to knock it back, and a chance here for Ward to get a deep cross in there. Stecklenburg takes it under no great pressure, but took it confidently. Would have been interested to see if it had been under a bit more pressure perhaps, but at the moment Burnley hanging on in there. Stecklenburg kicks right footed. Don't forget, myself and Man Claret now are doing a new programme on his YouTube channel at the moment. Let's talk football, and we'll be back as we just break off here. Lukaku was trying to get in there. Benby, that was a challenge, it wasn't a pass back, and Benby did well there. Used his strength to fight off Lukaku and did magnificently well. As I was saying, myself and Man Claret, a fellow Burnley fan of course, we do a programme where we talk about the footballing week, and it's called Football Chat, and we make predictions for the weekend's top flight fixtures, and that's on every Saturday morning on Man Claret's 94th channel. If you subscribe to my channel and you've not subscribed to his channel yet, give him a try. Man Claret 94, type him in and look at his content. He also, like myself, does FIFA 17 content as well, so give him a try, and you won't be disappointed. That is for sure. Well inside the last 11 minutes of the first half. Benby winning the free kick, although his wrist was injured a little bit, but doesn't matter. Ball played in towards Vokes. It'll come out again for Marnie. Marnie touches it on to Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson, not a very good ball, I have to say. He played that too low for my liking, and now a chance here for Guy to get it forward, but that's an aimless ball. But I think a free kick has been given to Everton, and Henrik's got in the book. And Arfield has got to be careful. He can't really talk himself off the pitch. Remember, he's on a yellow card. Let's see what happened here. Guy plays the ball. The ball's gone. I think he's tried to charge that down. It's just bumped into Guy, just to come in together. And I think the referee was probably a bit gun-ho there in booking Henrik for that, I must say. Time to go to half-time. Can't wait for how the second half's going to pan out. But it will be an interesting watch the second half as well. Be good if Burnley could get their nose in front, although it would come possibly against the run of the play. Remember, Burnley have won 2 games, both here against Liverpool, Everton's neighbours from across Stanley Park, and Watford. Should have beaten home, but were held to a last-minute goal from Snodgrass. And here comes Jagielka to Coleman to Williams. And the whistle's gone. Arfield there going through there with Coleman. He has to watch his step. And referee Jones going across to Arfield. I think this is a warning. And this is not what we want Arfield to be doing. He's had a good first half up until those 2 or 3 rash challenges he's put in. He's just got to keep his discipline now. Do nothing stupid. Benby over there as well to have a word as well. Sean Dyche asking for more. They've been very good defensively, have been very sound as a pound defensively, but so far really haven't put too much together in attack. They might get a chance here with Vokes on the far side. Now a chance here, far side, crossing there towards Gudmundsson. Header one there, and it had to be one. Still Burnley have it. Henrik will win a throw. Barkley getting back there and takes the ball. 0-0. What a good first half this has been. Lawton to take it. Right hand side. Almost level with the edge of the penalty area of Everton. Well inside the last 7 minutes of the first period. And Lawton again, crossing there towards the near post. Headed hooked out there by Williams to Barkley. Barkley on towards Lukaku. Give it away though. Here's Gudmundsson. The Icelander tries to play it in, but it cannons off Oviedo. Throw halfway inside Everton territory. Burnley starting to come into this a little bit more now. Lawton looking for options, looking for supply. Looking at play to. Lays it to Arfield, back to Lawton. Lawton lifts it in. Good interception there by Brian Oviedo. And now a chance for Marty to win possession. He plays it to Stephen Ward. 38 minutes of a decent first half gone. Marty has it. The number 8 has to knock it back to me. Me now into Kitely. Kitely turns. Puts a nice little ball towards Gudmundsson round the corner. Here's Arfield. He's away from Williams towards the edge of the D. Arfield with the right footed shot. Oh, and Stecklenburg couldn't hold it. And in came Sammy Vokes. Johnny on the spot to tap it in. And Burnley take the lead at Turf Moor with 39 minutes gone. A calamity for Martin Stecklenburg. Arfield shot, he ran past. He took delivery of a lovely flick from Johan Bergen-Munson. He ran towards the edge of the penalty area. He hit the Tamers the shots, it has to be said. And Martin Stecklenburg, he was diving to his right here. Inexplicably palmed it into the path of Sam Vokes, while Stecklenburg, who was the hero at Manchester City a week ago, has now become the villain of the piece for Everton. And it's a gift for Sammy Vokes inside the 6-yard box. Taps it in. Thank you very much indeed, he says. I'll have my third goal this season, he says. Oh, my word. Sam Vokes, Johnny on the spot. And against the run of the play, one's got to say, Burnley are in the lead. Header away by Keane. Up towards Henrik. Now, here's Coleman. Coleman now. Tracked all the way by Kitely. Low cross. Dealt with brilliantly by Tom Heaton. Took it superbly. Well, Koeman has now got some figure to do. His team have been in the ascendancy for the most of the 40 minutes that we've been playing here. But now he'll have to rejig his half-time team talk. One gets the feeling. From the Burnley far side. 20 yards inside Burnley territory. Well, this was not what Everton wanted, but delight for the Clarets and for this Claret commentated on the game. A real delight. And now we've got a minute's applause as the Burnley fans salute one of their own. There's been a lot of those, so a lot of Burnley fans sadly dying this, and it's a guy called Simi, a lifelong Claret who'll be sadly missed by his family and friends, and we echo the sentiment on the JB Claret YouTube channel, and we salute Simi as well. A great Burnley fan, very popular in these parts, and deserving his appraisal from 3.5 sections of Turf Moor, and a good reception for him. It's always sad when a Claret supporter or any supporter following any club dies, and it's always good for the club and the fans to do these sorts of tributes. Meanwhile, there's a high foot there by Scott Arfield, who's really now riding that disciplinary tightrope, one's got to say. We're inside the last 4 minutes of the first half. 3.5 minutes, I should say now. One ball forward towards Barkley, who header won by me. Then the ricochet will fall into the path of Tom Heaton. And Heaton just puts the ball on the ground and then kicks it away with his trusty right foot. Attempts, Burnley have had 6 attempts at goal, Everton 8, and on target Burnley 2, Everton 3, so it's not as one-sided as everyone thinks it is. Been a pretty close first half in terms of chances created from both sides, so it's not all been Everton. Burnley have had their fair share, but have got the goal to show for it. And it's Sam Vokes from 1-2 yards out. And there's Stephen Defoe and George Boyd, who are having to sit it down, of course. Certainly for at least this week, in Stephen Defoe's case. And Andre Gray, of course, it's his final game of his 4-match ban for the reasons that everyone in his dog knows. We don't have to go over that ground again. Henrik is winded on the floor. Challenge coming in. I think he collided with Ben Mee, actually, to be fair. And in fact, Burnley have had the free kick given against them, which is a little bit of a surprise. But it's 2 minutes to half time, and Burnley have that 1-goal advantage. And here is a free kick for Everton. Morales to send it in. 10 yards inside the Burnley half, but he didn't come to anything. Now Oviedo has it. Again, 10 yards inside Burnley's territory. Out to the left-hand side of Barkley. Barkley looking to cross it, but then decides Barry might be a much better option on the left-hand side. Plays it in, and a good header won by Jeff Henrik. And here's Barkley. Barkley now 25, 30 yards from goal. 90 seconds of normal time, just under to play. And then we'll find out from Anthony Taylor, the 4th official, how much longer we'll add on. That's harmlessly gone out of play from Seamus Coleman. And a goal kick to Burnley. Sam Vokes after 39 minutes with the all-important goal. And then the first goal in a game like this is always going to be crucial. And I was watching Soccer Saturday at lunchtime, and Paul Merson says, well, they have to win these sorts of games, even though Everton are a very tough opposition, the top 6 material, there's no doubt about it. But and they've started well with the Koeman, but Burnley really had to hold on in there and maybe get that first goal, and that's exactly what they've done. And of course Sam Vokes has scored against Liverpool, and Southampton last week has now got one against Everton, so he's got a little bit of a Merseyside scored against both Merseyside clubs, a Merseyside double if you like. Here's Brian Oviedo now, left-hand side. Barry first-time cross, headed away by Henrik, helping out the back 4. And making it so difficult for Everton to break down. 10 seconds to go on normal time, and then it will be down to Anthony Taylor, the 4th official, to tell us how long, as a minimum, we'll have on. He's coming up towards the halfway line now to put the electronic scoreboard up and show us. And it will be 2 minutes at the end of a very well contested first half, which Burnley are edging by 1-0. And here come Burnley again. That looked a complete and utter shirt pull there by Seamus Coleman, who's going to go in the book here. Referee Jones having none on it today. 2 players each from both sides in the referee's notebook. And you have to say, Mike Jones at the moment, he's levelling things out. Clear shirt tuck from Kitely, was favourite to get that ball on the halfway line. And we're halfway through the first of 200 minutes. So Coleman, the 4th player in the book, 2 from each side, booked here. Tom Heaton being told to go another 5 yards back, and will kick right-footed over the halfway line towards the penalty area. And Michael Keane had gone forward. He tried to jump there, but it fell very kindly for Stecklenburg. The bounce was, I tell you what, on another day, that bounce could have been a lot more venomous, and it might have gone in. Here's Balassi. Balassi chips it in from the left-hand side, looking for Lukaku. It'll come from Gai now to keep it in on the right. Gai now to the byline, right-hand side, crosses it in. It's a poor cross. It's way past the far post, and it will be a goal kick for Burnley. 30 seconds of the additional 2 to play. I should stress, of course, that's a minimum. A minimum. So I say that quickly. Well, I'll sum up the first half the best I can before we go for a 5-minute break. What I can say is, it's been a first half that's been played in a very competitive spirit. Everton have had the best chances. Heaton has made 3 world-class saves, but it was from a goalkeeping error and the other goalkeeper of Everton, Martin Stecklenburg, which led to that goal from Sam Vokes in the 39th minute, which is the difference as we go into the half-time interval then. Everton had 2 or 3 good opportunities themselves before that. Heaton made saves from Lukaku, Morales and Baku respectively. But it's Sam Vokes' goal after a mistake by the other goalkeeper, Martin Stecklenburg, who was the hero at Manchester City last week, which is paying dividends at the moment for Burnley. So, as the players leave the field at Turf Moor, we're going to take a 5-minute break for 1 or 2 old vintage advertisements from years gone by, and then after that break we will give you the second half of Burnley versus Everton, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes from now.
Secret. But I'm a little shy, and I can't just tell anyone, so you'll only hear it if you're telepathic. Thank you for listening. A secret, but I am a little shy, and I can't just tell anyone, so you'll only hear it if you're telepathic. I've lost Horace, my teddy bear. If you see him, please send him home. Thank you for listening. Accused of taking myself too seriously. Not guilty. My heavy heart sinks like a lead rhinoceros when I dream of the land I left behind. Never again shall I see my little pet lamb, nor my Galopka with her pretty beard and her side whiskers. On the other hand, mustn't grumble. They ask me to demonstrate a new way to keep cool. I refuse. My brother and I are identical in every way. Except you can take me anywhere. Excuse me. How's it? Get the picture. Blue skies. Blazing sun. Solution. Dark glasses. It's hard to put values to things. This, however, is 42. So you can tell us apart. He sounds different. Do I? See what you mean. On the subject of color, I'm with Henry Ford. Okay? The world revolves at 1,000 miles per hour. It's enough to make you dizzy. Talk amongst yourselves. I may be sometime. If you keep an open mind, you'll discover dark secrets. Have you been here long?
Welcome back to the second half. No changes from either side. We're just into the second half. Just about to restart the second half. As I say, no changes from either side. In fact, a free kick is... We're just 2 minutes in. You rejoined us 2 minutes in. I apologise. Stream has been a little bit funny. That's why we've been playing 1 or 2 adverts just to keep you going at the moment. But we're 2 minutes in. You've missed nothing at the moment. Here's Romelu Lukaku. Still the same 2 teams that took the field. Of course, there's been a couple of changes each. So we'll be back with you in the second half as we come up towards 3 or 4 minutes gone. Here's Henrik now for Burnley. Burnley, of course, leading by a goal to nil. As Ward goes in, that's going to be a 3 kick. Seamus Coleman, who has to watch his step, brought down there by referee Mike Jones. And surely now, brought down really Stephen Ward, and now surely Mike Jones has got to go in there and sort it out. Now boos fall around from the Burnley fans who think Coleman should be off the field. Remember, he's one of the players booked, and Ward, he took him out. He took him out there, Stephen Ward. Absolutely scandalous. He's still on the field. So 5 minutes into the second half. Come on, Burnley, it's the cry. It's kindly to take the corner. They've been lifted into the Danger zone. The referee just making sure that the walls are good 10 yards back. Of course, at the end of the second half, we'll hear from Burnley's Sean Dyche as Catley takes the corner, right-footed towards the back post. Ben Mee was lurking as well, and in fact it's a corner. It came off Ashley Williams last, who's had a good start to life as an Evertonian. Remember folks, this is not a live game, so not too many comments on the right hand side please. We'll take comments afterwards once the game's properly uploaded and the stream's finished, in the comments section below, so not too many comments please. Here's Lawton again, far side, ball in first time, and there was Vokes in there. Gudmundsson I think was in there too, and now away goes Lukaku. Lukaku now for Everton. He's got options left and right. One of them here is Balassi. It came to him rather fortuitously. Gay is making a run and they almost collided with each other, and in fact Everton were lucky in a way to get the throw level with the Burnley penalty area, because that could have been a catastrophe there. Balassi was breaking furiously and Gay nearly got in his way. 52 minutes of the second half of the game gone. We had a technical fault at the start of the second half, which missed we've missed 3 minutes off, but I have to say, what a game it's been so far. A game that's ebbed and flowed all the way through it. Here's Jagielka into Barry. Right hand side, Barry turns, finds Williams. It's been a super first half this. Our super second half so far, and it's building up to be a real crescendo. Coleman to Balassi. Balassi with the cross from the right. You could argue Seamus Coleman shouldn't be on the field, although Everton fans might just argue that Scott Arfield shouldn't be on the field as well. So you could easily say both don't deserve to be on the field at the moment. As the shot comes in, takes a huge deflection, allows a shot, and it's well gathered in by the brilliance of goalkeeper Tom Heaton. So an into-hand ball there perhaps against Ross Barkley. He was looking for a penalty, but no, referee wasn't having any of it. Good decision, I have to say, because I think Barkley was looking for it. That ball across from Burnley was short, but it's been hooked away by Keane to Arfield. Lawton with a long ball. Again, Vokes on the chase against Williams. Williams won that particular battle. Here's Kitely now, far side to Keane. Burnley attacking, of course, the Jimmy McIlroy stand. Not that you need reminding. Everton attacking where most of their fans are situated. The David Fishery stand, and that's where we're going to. That ball across towards Lukaku, and he can't keep it. Well, he couldn't stretch enough. A lovely ball in from, I think it might have been Kevin Morales, and Romelu Lukaku was probably a couple of inches away from getting a stud on that and maybe making it 1-1. It's a nice little cross in there, and it just needed a flick, I think, and it just needed something there, and it was a teasing ball into the penalty area, but instead of conceding the equaliser, Burnley have won themselves a throw. 10 minutes gone in the second half. We rejoined you after 3 because of a technical blip. 1-0. Burnley lead. You haven't missed. You missed all the last. You didn't hear the first couple of minutes. You didn't really miss much. Other than the kick-off and the recycling of the teams, which are still the same teams as they were from the first half. Coleman can't keep that in, and it will be a throw. Goal, need I remind you, came after 39 minutes from Sam Vokes after a mistake by goalkeeper Martin Stecklenburg. Burnley's next match, of course, is against Manchester United, so enabled to take the pressure up as Barkley tries a shot from about 30 yards. Well blocked by Keane. It was a brave block because Barkley struck that with some venom on his left foot, and that might have been going places if Keane had not have been in the way. Ronald Koeman, we've not really seen him come out towards his technical area too much during the match. but he's chosen the 55th minute for the time to come out to his technical area and start shouting some instructions. Here's Lukaku, midway inside Burnley half, tries to tussle his way past Keane, and then he was tripped from behind. It'll be a free kick. Dean Marney, who's disappointingly so far this season has been exemplary. He's usually gets a yellow card every other game, but not so this season. He's kept his discipline rather well. Did trip Lukaku, but a free kick's been given. Nothing more, no yellow card, no panic. Burnley 1, Everton 0, but this could be panic if Everton play this right. Midway inside the Burnley half. Mike Jones with the vanishing shaving cream, marking out the situation, and it's a free kick Morales will take. Getting a little bit of the shaving cream as it came in, and it's headed behind for a corner. Off the goal scorer no less, Sam Vokes. So Morales has to go to the right hand side. It's a bit of a long dash, I know, but it is a corner, and he's got there pretty swiftly. And now a chance. And it's a short one, in fact. It's back to Morales. It's a deep one. Williams was up and he was pushing, and in fact a free kick's been given. Clear push there by Williams, and a free kick to Burnley. Sammy Lee, the England assistant, now with Gareth Southgate after all those silly shenanigans with Sam Allardyce. Was brought in originally as part of Sam Allardyce's coaching staff, but he's looking at one or two England candidates, like Ross Barkley and Tom Heaton amongst others. Michael Keane was also in the last England squad as well. So there's plenty of potential England internationals on show at Turf Moor today. Of course, Phil Jagielka, been an England international for many years, standing himself. But at the moment, it's 1-0 as Michael Catley takes possession, finds Scott Arfield, Canadian international. Although he was born in Scotland, I'm surprised he never played for Scotland. Here's Lukaku, and a chance here for Balassi, who took over, shoots, right footed, he goes into the far corner, and it's 1-1. And it has been coming, one has to say. They had 3 good opportunities in the first half where Tom Heaton had to really perform miracles to keep the clean sheet intact, but there was just nothing he could do about it. And the Evertonians feel a lot happier about things, and so do Balassi. That's his first goal since his move from Crystal Palace, in fact. Burnley had the chance to get forward. Arfield and Vokes just weren't on the same wavelength. Ben Mee was a little bit gun-ho trying to cut that out. Maybe he should have stayed back. And then because of Ben Mee's commitment to go further forward, he'd absolutely lost. You know, he left Burnley short-handed at the back, and, well, Lukaku was bearing down, and then he went to Balassi, who shot with the right foot. It's found the far corner, and it's 1-1 with 58 minutes on the clock. And it's anyone's game now. But Everton have earned that goal. They've been the better team in terms of chances as well. They've certainly had more on target. I've got to speak objectively, even though sometimes I'll speak with rose-tinted claret spectacles sometimes. Here's Henrik, deep inside Everton territory. Here's Arfield. Oh, he's trying to get it in to Sam Vokes, but it was just too overhit, and it was straight into the arms of Martin Stecklenburg, who sort of did remarkably well there. Come on, Burnley is the cry. We played an hour. Burnley 1, Everton 1. But it's a really good watch. And it's not been a dire game. It's been a terrific first half, a terrific second half, and Lukaku's shot again, it was well hit but well charged down. It's the good thing I like about Burnley as a side, and it's a pleasure for me to support them, because they're a side, they might not have big stars, but what they do is put bodies on the line and make it difficult for the opposition. Right, we're here, you've got to try and break us down. You break us down, and that's the challenge to all the opposition that comes to Turf Moor. Watford never had the stomach. Liverpool tried, couldn't do it. Lost 2-0. Hull gave it a go and got a point. Swansea got out, escaped with 3 points. God only knows. Wasn't with their goalkeeper. They haven't won since. Through a ball from Barry. This is what... and in fact, they almost got in each other's way. Thank goodness, from Everton's point of view, that Balassi equalised. Otherwise, if he'd have missed, I think Lukaku would have had 1 or 2 harsh words to say to him, shall we say. But it's been a good watch, I'll say that. But it's a disappointing one from Burnley's perspective because they've conceded an equaliser, and it was Ben Mee's inexperience really as a Premier League centre-back which really let him down. He committed himself too early, went to intercept a ball which he was never going to intercept, and it left Lukaku and Balassi with practically a free run at goal with just 2 defenders back. It was just inevitable. Here's Henrik now for Burnley. What a space on the near side for Stephen Ward to exploit here if he can manage it. And he's escaped the challenge of Balassi rather well. Takes out a good cross. And in the end, Hagielka had to concede the throw level with the penalty box. But I tell you what, Stephen Ward did very well. To this 62nd minute, we're inside the last half an hour. Remember, after the match, we'll get an interview from Sean Dyche. This game is being delayed. Delayed commentary. The stream might be live, but the game isn't live. Here is an opportunity here for Oviedo, under real pressure from Gudmundsson, who's really had a good game. And here's a chance for Arfield to come forward. Arnie up towards Arfield again on the far side. Having his shirt tugged there, was he, by Barry? And then he trips up Barry there, does Arfield. A little bit of frustration creeping in there. And referee Jones, I think he knows in his back of his mind that he's already on a tightrope, but I think he's going to give him the benefit of the doubt once again. So Arfield gets away. It was a little clip there, but Barry was more than holding his shirt as well. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It was just for the last bit there, the challenge by Arfield, and that was a particularly good free kick from Stecklenburg, and a long range effort from virtually the halfway line by Jeff Henrik, which wasn't going on target anyway, but Stecklenburg fielded quite well, and that has sort of saved him a real Turf Moor embarrassment. He hasn't had his best game. If he had a great game at Man City last week, Martin Stecklenburg, when he made all those world-class saves, it's not been the case this afternoon. His mistake has gifted Burnley that goal in the first half. Here's Barkley. Barkley to the far side. Here's a chance now for Oviedo to Gaye. Gaye now, 25 yards from goal. Up to Oviedo once again. Now then, this needs to be a good cross, far side. And it's not a good cross. It's knocked away there by... I think it might have been Kitely, and then a little bit of battle again in the midfield, and get well won. And a chance here now for Burnley to counter-attack. Here's Stephen Ward. He's had another good game. Stephen Ward back to Ward once again, and it's back with Dean Marney, who's Mr. Consistency. And I don't say that too, and I say the word very strongly. He is Mr. Consistency. Here's a chance for Gudmundsson to get away, but he couldn't keep it in play, and it will be a throw. 65 minutes gone. Anybody's game. And here is Gaye up towards Balassi, who's got the equaliser. 1-1 it is at Turf Moor. It's Everton in the ascendancy here. But what a chuckle that was from Kitely. To say he's not started for some time, he's done tremendously well. Has to play back to his former Wolves colleague Ward. Remember, they played together at Wolverhampton Wanderers together, those two. But it's given away again to Everton. Here's Barkley towards Oviedo on the far side. He's got Barkley now in the middle, 25 yards from goal. Ball out to Balassi, who just slows it down a little bit. Then crosses it in, left foot in towards the penalty area, headed away by Keane, but not very far. Here's Oviedo to Barry. Barry now on to Jagielka. Jagielka with plenty of space to run into. Finds Balassi right hand side again. Walking pace, lays it back to Jagielka. And Jagielka once again it's just really keeping this move alive. But at the moment, no breakthrough yet. No way are we going to see a goal yet from Everton at the moment. But I tell you what, it's been a marvellous game of football so far, but it still could go either way. And here is Barkley there, touching it back. Now, Williams has it. Now a chance here for a real brilliant finish. A lovely ball there from Balassi into the path of Coleman. Coleman with a little cross and a chance there, and King must have got a little nick on that because Lukaku was merging in to score. And I think King got a little nick on that, and if he hadn't have done, Lukaku would have scored. Corner being taken quickly. Here's Williams. Williams now to the right hand side. And here's Balassi. Balassi trying to turn. Balassi with the cross. It's a D1 towards the back post. Williams was lurking. So too was Loughton. And Loughton got it away. What a game this is turning out to be. Good ball play back in there again by Everton. And now Burnley with some struggling, with some real defensive struggles, but they've survived it this time. So that particular wave of Everton attack, they've weathered that particular storm. 23 minutes to play. Burnley 1, Everton 1. Well, who's your money on now, folks? 1-1. Remember, Burnley took the lead after 39 minutes through Sam Vokes, but then we'll pay back in the 57th minute by Yannick Balassi. Again, more urgency needed from Ronald Koeman, who's managed on this ground before as an opposition manager but has lost. And Sean Dyche chatting away with Tony Loughran and his assistant Ian Roan. So still we await to see who might sneak through to win this game. But I tell you something, it's been a remarkable finish to a game that has had everything in it. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was something to happen in the last 22 minutes plus stoppage time. Coming up after this second half, we'll get a post-match reaction from the Burnley camp, Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche will be interviewed, along with any Burnley players that might be interviewed as well. We'll get a reaction from Burnley's manager at least after the match. Fouled by Barry. 15 yards inside Everton territory. Free kick which Johan Gudmundsson wants to take. The Iceland international who played his part in knocking England out of the Euros, and the free kick was taken quickly and it's gone, I think, into touch, has it? No, I think it's been kept in play. That's its play on. 70 minutes gone. Burnley 1, Everton 1. And here comes Yannick Balassi again. He's only got Morales in the middle. And also Barkley there as well coming through, and he was charging through magnificently. And a good tackle there by Keane. Right on the edge of the penalty area. But now he's back with Jagielka, just at halfway now for Everton in in a fluorescent yellow with dark shorts and fluorescent yellow socks. Burnley, of course, I should tell you, are in claret and blue. Not that I need to tell you, of course. Here come Burnley, Everton now. Lukaku, edge of the D. Pull back now. Shot coming in, deflected. He took a couple of ricochets. It was almost pinball machine stuff there. Now the ball forward towards Arfield, who, remember, has to be very, very careful because he's already on a yellow card, of course. And here comes Ward. He can't keep it in. And it's a throw to Everton. 20 minutes to go. Seamus Coleman to take it. No subs as yet, as far as I can make out at the present moment. But what a game it has been. Who will get the decisive break in the next 20 minutes? I've got a suspicion that the next goal might win it. But that, I have to say, remains to be seen. As we're now bathed in bright sunshine, although very, very chilly here in East Lancashire. One apiece. Here's Stephen Ward, gets it forward, and Arfield with a lovely little dummy, but Vokes wasn't reading the same hymn sheet. And Everton can clear up towards Lukaku. Good header won by Ben Mee, who's, I have to say, after that initial mistake, me and Keane have actually been a lot more together at centre-back, and that was the mix-up which almost led to Kevin Morales putting Everton in front inside 90 seconds at the start of the game. Come on, Burnley. Here's the cries from most of Turf Moor, at least 3/4 in favour of Burnley, then a little pocket in the David Fishwick stand of Everton fans. There must be at least two and a half thousand inside Turf Moor. David Fishwick stand, half populated by Everton fans, the other half populated by Burnley fans. Here's Barkley now attacking that stand for Everton, but it's knocked away once more, but not very far. And it's Balassi, tries to turn it in there towards the back post. He's not back, but Heaton is there. Heaton was there. Barkley was gambling in at the back post, and it was a great opportunity. And now a chance for Burnley to counter, but again it comes to nothing. Williams is there to sweep the danger away for Burnley. Great first half. In the great first half as a spectacle, terrific second half also as a spectacle. 1-0 game, very much in the melting pot. Inside the last 20 minutes, plus any time that may well be used for substitutions and the like. Here's Jagielka for Everton. That's a poor ball. Went out of play. Seamus Coleman playing. It was the man he was trying to find. And we're going to see the first alteration of the match, and it's going to be James Tarkowski, the centre-back, who might just play as that fifth midfielder. Michael Kitely in from the start today. Doesn't get too many starts, does Michael Kitely? And he's had a good game, and he will be replaced by James Tarkowski, who hasn't really been given a go out so far. Certainly in his favourite position as centre-back. He came in from Brentford back in January. He's made a couple of starts since then, but mainly most of his appearances have been either as substitutes. Just because purely Ben Mee and Michael Keane have had such a good understanding as centre-backs. That has to be said. Still 1-1. 74 minutes have been played. We're into the 75th minute. There are 15 minutes of scheduled time to go. As the cross comes in towards the back post, and Heaton got a flick on it as Lukaku was coming in at the far post. Still not over yet. Seamus Coleman gets it in there, and it's knocked away, and it will be hooked away for a throw by Ward. Tom Heaton showing his worth once again. Good cross. I think it might have been a Gay who crossed it in from the far side, and it was a lovely little flick away. Tom Heaton did terrifically well because he knew full well Lukaku was lurking. Meanwhile, we've got a substitution. Kevin Morales is going off, and Gerard Deulofeu is going to come on. So one Spaniard to be replaced by another. It's 15 minutes here to try and win his side, and he gets his first touch. Right hand side, Deulofeu tries to turn away from Arfield. Arfield, remember, he's on a yellow card. And it's looked in there, and it's going to be won by Henrik. He's got to watch his step, of course, because he's on a yellow card. One substitution made apiece from both Burnley and Everton. Here's one of the subs, Deulofeu, to the byline. Gets a low cross in, and that's into the side. And it might have hit the outside of the post, in fact. And in fact, it will be a corner kick. Deulofeu is making his way towards the near corner quadrant on the right hand side. So an Everton corner. 76 minutes of the match played. Deulofeu with the corner, right footed, curls into the danger zone. Header won by Burnley. Now Keane can get it away. Big chance here for Burnley now just to get some breathing space and just get one or two players out of defence and really perform and really just give themselves a bit of breathing space, really. And they've been virtually defending for most of the second half here. Here's Seamus Coleman for Everton. 1-1. Gay gets it forward towards Lukaku. Lukaku does well, finds Williams. Now a real opportunity here for Everton. Ball spread towards Deulofeu. Ward won it initially, but Deulofeu has won it again. And again he turns, and he finds Gay. Back to Deulofeu once more. Infield. And infield once more to Gay, who tries the shot left-footed, and this time it was low along the crowd and into the arms of Tom Heaton, who's never going to be beaten from there. Well, we're moving into what Alex Ferguson used to say, squeaky bum time. 13 minutes, maybe 12, in fact 12 minutes to go, and still no knowing who will win this crucial game. Oh, Everton won would take them into the Champions League spots. Burnley would move themselves, certainly in terms of points, a little bit further away from the relegation scrap. Here's Seamus Coleman down the right hand side, level with the edge of the Burnley penalty area, out to Deulofeu, goes to the byline, whips the cross in. Benby with another vital header, though virtually unchallenged, but still back with Everton again. And Gerard Deulofeu's had a few nice moments since coming on a sub. Gay plays it in there, and it'll be played out to Deulofeu by Jagielka, who stayed forward from the back. Deulofeu with a chip cross in there, and again header won by Henrik, but only as far as Coleman, and then Lukaku couldn't control it, and then he was booted away by Keane. 12th to play. Here come Everton again. Here's Balassi to Barkley. Here's Coleman now. 25 from goal, and it's intercepted by Arfield. He smacked it against Arfield's shins. Now Arfield from Henrik to Marnie. Burnley trying to clear it, still deep in their own half, and then Ben Mee does a simple thing, just boots it as far up the field as he can. There's no one forward in a Burnley shirt. Certainly inside Everton territory, and he's back with Stecklenburg. His mistake cost Everton a goal, but at the moment it looks as if Balassi has saved his and Everton's blushes at the moment with that equalising goal. They're going for the kill here. Here is Balassi. Balassi running at players, and Balassi towards Lukaku. There's a lot of Everton players, in actual fact the foreign players, wearing gloves, which I think is a bit silly. It's not that cold. Ball in! Oh, what a save! Heaton. It was Balassi who crossed in from the right. It might have been a shot actually, but Tom Heaton was very alert and had to palm that away with the right foot. Balassi hit that. Just got inside. It looked as if at first glance he was going to cross it, but then you knew he was shooting, and it was dipping in. And Heaton having to jump as high as he could to fingertip that over the crossbar. Meanwhile, we've got an injury, and it's Stephen Ward inside the Burnley area. And referee Jones deciding that the physiotherapist needs to come on, and it might well be an enforced substitution. And if that is the case, John Flanagan will have to come on. Played in a couple of Merseyside derbies against Everton for Liverpool. There's a bit of bruising there on his left knee there. That could well be the reason why. I think this is probably going to be a precautionary measure, and John Flanagan has already been stripped and ready for action. There's also going to be an Everton substitution as well. So an enforced change for Burnley, as the corner will be held up for at least a couple of minutes or so whilst we have these substitutions. We have to deal with Stephen Ward there. Ronald Koeman and his brother discussing tactics now. Defoe is patiently waiting for everyone to get sorted out, and it doesn't look as if Ward will play any further part. Tom Heaton having consultations with the physio, and it will be Ward that will be making way for John Flanagan, so it means Ward will receive treatment immediately. And John Flanagan, who's played in a couple of Merseyside derbies for Liverpool in the past and has never lost to Everton. Well, that could be a bit of an omen for Burnley. And of course Everton about to make their change in just a minute. In fact, it's Gayu's coming off, and his replacement is Tom Cleverley, the former England international, former Manchester United and Wigan man. So after a little bit of a delay of at least 2.5 minutes, it's going to be a corner to be taken by Gerard Delafeu. Delafeu swings that in, Vokes winning the header and winning it well and nutting it behind for a throw about 10 yards from the edge of the penalty area on the far side. It was a good header to win, actually, to be fair. So we played 82 minutes. Burnley 1, Everton 1. 1 now, 1 goal could surely win it for either side. It's been that sort of a contest, really. It's to the thrown all the way through. It only needs one mistake or one moment of pure genius, and this game could be won in an instant. Here's Seamus Coleman down the right hand side for Everton. Deep inside Burnley territory. Throw conceded by Flanagan on level with the edge almost of Everton's area. About 5 or 10 yards from the byline, down the right hand side. He looks for options. He might have to go to Tom Cleverley here. No, he doesn't. Tries to play it in towards Barry, but Henrik was there first. Gets a foot in. It's another throw. A little bit further towards the quadrant again. Go closer. So Coleman again will try with a throw. Will he go long? No, he's gone short this time to Barry. Barry just miscontrolled it for a second and then played it in, but good defending there by James Tarkowski, who's played in midfield. Centre back is usually his trade, unless Burnley have decided to go 5 at the back, I don't know. Only Sean Dyche will have all the answers on that technical area to the far side of me. Fortunately, I haven't got a tactical crystal ball in front of me. All I have is a microphone. And here is Barkley, far side. Back to Oviedo, deep cross towards Lukaku, and one beautifully there. I think it might have been Tarkowski winning the header, the ball headed back. Ben B winning it there, but had a chance there for Williams, who came roaring in from the back, but it was an easy header for Heaton to take. 5.5 minutes of normal time to play. Heaton with the goal kick, kicks from his hands. Oh, 3/4 of the way up the field. Sam Vokes unchallenged, takes it down on his chest, and he then wins a throw on the far side. And that'll give Burnley a little bit of breathing space. 5 minutes to go exactly now. Burnley 1, Everton 1. And what's been a marvellously competitive and well thought out first half. As Barry touches it back. And then it's knocked away over as far as Burnley on halfway. And then flicked forward. And Arfield in there to win the ball. He's settled down since those one or two of those wild challenges where he could have easily been sent off. Here's Flanagan, far on the inside. Infielder Henrik. And that's behind Marnie, but it'll come for Ben Mee. So Burnley still keeping things alive. A ball out towards the far side and that will run dead. But with less than 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go now, it's still anybody's for the taking. Burnley may have not had the bulk of the chances, but when you're in it at 1-1, even though the play's been against you, there's still a chance that Burnley could sneak a victory. 4 to play. And if you were to offer Sean Dyche a point at this stage, you would. Here's Henrik now running at defenders. Needs support though. Has got it with Arfield and he's got it with John Flanagan here on the left hand side. Flanagan has to knock it back, mind you. He didn't really have great support. There were a few moans and groans there from the crowd, but I think Flanagan knew what he was doing. Now Tarkowski round the corner towards Arfield. And he'll play it out to the far side. And a chance here now for Gudmundsson to get the crossing towards the penalty area. In fact, Henrik was lurking on the far post. And it's tucked away now. A chance here now for Everton to counter-attack. And a good challenge there. The two Burnley players sliding in and one of them did get the ball. And then it's smuggled back to Tom Heaton. Right-footed. Just reaches halfway. Flick on by Vokes, but they're getting to no man's land. And a chance for Everton to come forward. There are 3 minutes to go. Plus any time to be added on by Anthony Taylor, the fourth official. Here's Barry now to Lukaku. To Robert Balassi, sorry. Lukaku was further forward, I should say. And then the ball back to Ben Mee, who chips it out to Flanagan, who's come into this game well. Unbeaten, of course, against Everton, certainly in his 2 games when he played for them against Liverpool. But this is Delafeo. And he can make things happen. Barkley then, I thought he was going to let fly first time. He lets go the second and it came to Lukaku, but he couldn't control it, couldn't dig it out from under his feet. And Arfield somehow hacks it away. And now Vokes on the chase, but it'll be Yagi Elkin's ball back to Stecklenburg. It's going to be a rip-roaring 2 minutes 10 seconds now at the end of this game. You can be rest assured of that. Here's Cleverley trying to shield his eyes from the sun. Looking for options. He's got one on the far side with Balassi. Balassi, left-hand side. 2 Burnley defenders to meet it. He's given them both the slip. But the ball, I think, has run out of play. It has. He gave Walton and Gudmundsson the slip, but the ball had run out of play. To the relief of probably 20,000 Burnley supporters. Patrick Bamford's going to come on now to replace the hard-working goal scorer, Sam Vokes. Got his 3rd goal this season. It came from a fortuitous source after Arfield's tame shot was parried away rather inexplicably by Stecklenburg under no great pressure, but Vokes was on hand to tap it in from no more than a couple of yards out and give Burnley give them what they thought was going to be a winning lead. But Everton equalised early doors in the second half, and that's how we are at the moment. Game of head tennis going on inside the middle of the park. Another header won by Michael Keane, and then Burnley have got the decision. It was a foul on Johan Gudmundsson. Ran over the offender. We're into the last minute of the game. And Sean Dyche, I think, is going to throw a lot of people forward now, because Tom Heaton's come out of his goal to virtually halfway to take the 3 kicks. So it's going to be hoisted high into the box, right-footed, and he's just shy of the halfway mark, still inside Burnley territory. 30 seconds of normal time to play, and it's lifted in there towards the penalty area, flicked on there. Still a chance for Burnley. Keane's forward, still might break. Gudmundsson with a shot, right-footed against the crossbar. Arfield right-footed, it's in! It's in there! Scotty Arfield has done it for Burnley! He might have been against the run of the play, but who cares? Burnley Burnley are back in front! In the very last minute, Sean Dyche keeps switched on his saying Scott Arfield won't have seen that because he's too busy celebrating what could well be the winning goal. Free kick from Eaton, it was a good one. Header one towards Keane, and then it came out to Johan Berger-Munson. His left-footed shot hit the underside of the bar. Stekelenburg still out of his ground. And then it came back to Arfield, who was virtually unmarked from no more than, 10 yards out. Hit it into the ground with his left foot, and into the corner it went. And cue pandemonium. 20,000 Clarets go berserk, go bananas, go crazy. Burnley 2, Everton 1, Enner Valencia, another attacker is on for Everton. Will confirm he's replaced in a second or two, but we've got 3 minutes of the 4 to go. There were 4 added minutes, I believe, signalled by Anthony Taylor as Arfield scored that goal. A yellow card given, a free kick to Burnley, I believe. Gareth Barry. Whoa! Scott Arfield, who could have easily been sent off early doors, has just now probably won Burnley the game to the dismay of Ronald Koeman, who's got away with a few things in his playing days, especially that World Cup qualifier many years ago when Owen beat England to qualify for the 1994 World Cup. But he should have been sent off and given a penalty away for bringing down, I think it was David Platt, and then he scored the goal about 60 seconds later. He hasn't had too much success at Turf Moor over the years, Ronald Koeman, as a manager. He lost here 2 years ago with Southampton 1-0. He's also now on the verge of losing here with Everton today. I've forgotten who Enner Valencia replaced. I don't know who he replaced, quite honestly, because we got in the emotion of it all. Here's Barry lifting it in towards the penalty area. Arfield hacking it away. Less than 90 seconds of the match to go. And Scott Arfield scores his first Premier League goal, incidentally, since getting one against QPR in January last year. Here he is now on the break for Burnley. There are just 1 minute of injury time to play, and then it'll be down to the referee's discretion, Mike Jones, to when it can be on. Remember, it's a minimum of 4. I must stress that. He might just allow a bit, 45 seconds over the 4, just purely because of the goals Burnley scored. It's still a fail now for Burnley. He chips it into the danger zone. It's not away yet. Henry going in there, but there was a foul by Tom Cleverley, and it will be a free kick to Burnley. And now they'll take as much time as they dare now to run down the clock and bring about this famous victory. Everton have had all the chances, but the simple factor of it all is, if you don't take your chances, invariably you get punished. And that's exactly what's happened today. That's exactly the case in point. Here's Tom Heaton with the kick. We have now almost played 4 minutes. Now we're into time added on, at the end of time added on. We've played 4 minutes. All eyes on referee Jones. Here is Seamus Coleman. Can Burnley hang on in there? But wait a moment, here's Delafeu. Still danger here for Burnley. Delafeu gets to the byline. It's a dangerous ball. It's a dangerous run. He got to the byline, but the ball has run. Denny to touch it at the side netting, and it will be a goal kick to Burnley. We've played over 25 seconds over the 4. And cue pandemonium in about 5 or 10 seconds time, because Scott Arfield there has scored probably one of the goals of his life, really, in terms of drama. Probably eclipses the one he got against Chelsea last season. Still we play on. We've played 50 seconds over the 4 minutes. We've surely now got to blow up now. One ball forward, still referee. I think it's checked his watch. Still Lukaku. Everton play on. One fine Balassi. Ward just hooks it into touch, or rather, Loughton does. It's all over. It's all over because Burnley have won. Sean Knight shakes hands with Ronald Koeman. And Burnley, against all the odds, have triumphed in the most dramatic way possible. Scott Arfield ran it to death. Followed up after Goodmanson had hit the bar, almost 20 odd yards out. Hit it with his left foot just to the right of centre. It came down off the bar, and with his left foot, Arfield hit it into the ground, and it whistled sweet as a nut into that far corner. And cue scenes of joy and pandemonium. Burnley have done it. My word, they really ran everyone through the mill. Heaton made 4 quality saves to keep Burnley in the contest, even in the early doors of the first half. The first goal came from Sam Vokes, then the equaliser came in the 57th minute from Yannick Bolassi's first goal for Everton, and it's Scott Arfield's goal, which has cued scenes of joy, and the roof has lifted off the James Hargreaves stand. It's finished here at Turf Moor in a real dramatic finish. It's finished Burnley 2, Everton 1, and now Burnley will move a bit further away, and they'll go to Old Trafford, buoyed with confidence. Well done, Burnley. Well, what a finish to that game it was, and really it was a terrific game yesterday, played in a terrific spirit. It was a wonderful game of football. Everton, yes, you've got to concede, had the better chances, but as the old phrase goes, if you don't take your chances, you invariably get punished, and that's what happened really. Burnley got punished, and with it went, and Burnley got the 3 points to play. Totally merited in my humble opinion. So let's get some reaction now, courtesy of Clarets player. Sean Dyche is the Burnley manager, of course, as everyone, and his dog doesn't need reminded. And here he was after the game yesterday, speaking to Clarets player reporter Darren Benton.
We've been on the end of a few late ones here. It's great to get one in the right net.
No, absolutely. I'm delighted for all today. Particularly the team. Obviously, it starts with them because, we took a real knock last week at Southampton, and the mentality to come through that, have a good week on the training pitch, and with some knocks, literal knocks that meant that players couldn't play today. I was really pleased. But then, of course, for the fans, I thought the fans were terrific. I do think there is that feeling that if they think, it's a big challenge, they get behind us even more. We want it behind us whoever we're playing. But no, it was really enjoyable for them today, I think, and just rewards in a way, not remotely that we're running these teams off the park or playing them off the park, because that's not the case. We know how tough the Premier League is, so do our fans, but the will, the desire, the belief that we've shown in the past was absolutely on show today. And I think that's a real glue that holds this club together, not just on the pitch. I think the fans enjoy that. I only promised when I got here, sweat on the shirt, and the will and desire, and you can see that it was evident today. So I think our fans gravitate towards that, but I'm delighted for them as well today.
Yeah, that ugly, dirty stuff at times gets you where you need to be. Yeah, but the goals today were great.
Oh, fantastic. The build-up play for the first goal I thought was absolutely fantastic. We get a lucky break right at the end. We're probably deserving of one. And then the second goal, Taki keeps it alive with a header into the box. Keno keeps it alive. Johan's a fine strike. And then when it comes off the bar, I must say, Scotty, what a finish that is, because that's a tough finish when it's bouncing at you. And what a great strike that was.
And Scotty's a story himself. He's had to just sit it out and wait his chance again.
Yeah, well, he's had a little quiet spell, Scotty, but that's, when you think, we do forget sometimes, I don't, but people do forget. He come from Huddersfield on a free transfer. He's gone a long way in his career at this football club and continues to do so. It's his first real quiet spell, and then he's come through it today. I thought he was excellent, I must say. I thought his freedom came back, particularly coming out the top of the midfield. I thought he did very well, knew when to press, knew when to get the ball, knew when to get in them awkward positions, and his run for the goal, like I say, it was good defending from Ashley Williams. Actually, I saw it back. He just gets a foot on it at the last minute, but leads to us getting a goal. So pleased for him as well. We're pleased for all of the individuals. Kite's come in, of course. Hasn't had as much football as he wants, but delivered today. Subs, I thought, really tough game to come into, especially for Flano. It's hard coming on a left back. Thought he did well. I thought Tarky, strong mentality, and of course Patrick came on and just ran around and tried to be awkward at that stage of the game. So, no, pleased all round.
I was going to say pleasing because you had to make all those changes. It must have been hard to pick a side there. You were right at the end of the squad, really, in some respects.
Yeah. And we were wondering, could we change the formation? Could we look at that? But we thought there was a simplicity to our work today. I wanted to go back to basics. I wanted to get on the front foot. I wanted to press the opposition. I wanted to make it awkward for them. Unfamiliar almost. I want the game to be unfamiliar for these oppositions, because a lot of, believe it or not, a lot of Premier League games play out quite similar. You know, a lot of them, the keeper rolls it out, they'll play out and they'll all look to play rotation in the midfield, off and one up front, etc. We've got to upset that and make it awkward and make it different for people, and I thought we did that well at times today. Not through the whole game, because they're still a fine side. You could see that, the way they keep the ball, the way they're calm in the top third, but we certainly did enough in the overall to make sure that we won the game, so I'm very pleased with that.
Well, there we go. Great performance there for Burnley, and we go into the Manchester United game, you have to say, full of real vigour and real confidence, that is for sure. Now, before we go, let's hear from the match winner himself, Scott Arfield, again talking to Clarets player, and talking this time to the Clarets reporter, Phil Bird.
Well, Scott, how dramatic was that?
Yeah, it was brilliant. You know, it's one of the best feelings in a 90th minute in a Premier League game, and you know, it's important for us to get the points on the board, and especially to do it at home. You know, it's a great feeling.
90th minute, comes back off the bar. What a finish that is.
Yeah, even the strike before, Johan strikes. You know, if that nest was in, it's goal of the season. So I think I've stole his thunder a wee bit, because it's brilliant. But you know, I just wanted to keep it down and try and find that corner, and thankfully I did so.
And you were doubtful before kick-off, I understand.
Just a little groin strain. I was never going to pull out the game. I don't think anybody was going to pull it out. But you know, little things in the Monday in training, you need to look after it. But there was nothing at all.
And you played just behind Sam, different position for you.
Yeah, I loved it up there. You know, it was impotence in me to get forward and support him. You know, last week I think it was well documented that, you know, we never really got up to support him. It was a bit isolated. So in that game there, I just wanted to get up there and try and give him a hand as such, and try and put them under pressure. And I think, you know, with Kites and Johan coming inside, you know, really put the game on, particularly in the first half. But the second half, we knew it was going to be difficult. We knew they were going to come back and play that football game, and it was all about staying in it.
And there we are. Great performance from Burnley. Everton could count themselves a little bit unfortunate, one has to say. But at the end of the day, Burnley take the spoils, and well, it gives us a real confidence booster going in to Old Trafford next week. And it's basically virtually a free hit for us now, because we can sit now and relax, and you know, even if we get beat next week at Old Trafford, it won't matter, because this was really a game we needed to win. We won it. Everton did conceivably have the best chances, but as I said before the interviews, if you don't take your chances, then invariably you get punished. And there you are. Anyway, stuff coming up on my YouTube channel in the next few days. We've got some live games, 2 games to come from the League Cup. We've got Liverpool versus Tottenham coming up on the Tuesday night. Join us from 7:30 for that one. And on the same time, on Wednesday night, the League Cup again. It's the Manchester derby. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, who drew 1-1 against Southampton today, against Jose Mourinho's Manchester United, who will hit for 4 this afternoon against Chelsea. Again, same time, same channel, and then on Friday night or Saturday morning, myself and Mad Claret 94 will be teaming up again for another football chat, and obviously doing our Premiership predictions as usual. I hope you enjoyed the first programme the other week. It's a new show. It's nice to collaborate with Mad Claret. He's a really nice guy, as well as, I know if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. And also, while you're doing that, subscribe to Mad Claret's as well. He also needs a lot of subscribers as well. So, you know, give him a try as well as myself. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, for listening to the game. Burnley now move up to 14th. Everton stay, I think, about 6th place. I'm not sure. They were 6th place come end of play, so they didn't go into the top 4. But I hope very much you've enjoyed the game. As I say, don't forget to join me on Tuesday and Wednesday for commentaries, and then myself and Mad Claret will be on his channel to bring you some football chat and review all the weekend's action, plus preview the next set of Premier League games with our predictions. So for me, JB, John Stuttard, also don't forget we'll have FIFA content as well. I'm still busy editing FIFA 17 videos as well. But thank you very much indeed for watching, for listening. My name is JB, John Stuttard. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and please subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel. But for me, JB, on a day where Burnley really took it to Everton, hung on in there and beat them by 2-1, it's goodbye. Take care. Ta-ra.